In 1945, the world moved on. But in the jungle of a small Philippine island, one man kept fighting. This is the story of Hiro Onoda, the soldier who didn't surrender for almost 30 years after World War II had ended. Onoda was trained by the Japanese Imperial Army in guerrilla warfare. In 1944, he was sent to Lubang Island, with strict orders: you are forbidden to die by your own hand. You are not to surrender. You must hold out until we return. And he obeyed. When Japan surrendered in 1945, Onoda was deep in the jungle. He saw leaflets drop from planes that said the war was over, but he thought it was enemy propaganda. So he stayed hidden. Waiting. Watching. Fighting. For decades, Onoda survived in the wilderness, eating bananas, coconuts, and stolen rice. He wore the same uniform. He cleaned his rifle every day. He still saw himself as a soldier of the emperor. Locals feared him. He occasionally raided farms, believing he was sabotaging enemy resources. Other soldiers who were with him eventually gave up or died. But not Onoda. He refused to believe Japan had lost. In 1959, the Japanese government declared him dead. But some locals kept reporting sightings. He was still there. Then, in 1974, 29 years after the war ended, a Japanese traveler named Norio Suzuki ventured into the jungle, searching for a wild man who won't surrender. And he found him. But Onoda wouldn't come out. He said, "I will not surrender until I receive orders from my commanding officer." So the Japanese government found Major Taniguchi, his old commander, now working at a bookstore. They flew him to the island. And face to face, in the jungle, he gave Onoda the official order to stand down. Hiro Onoda finally came out of the jungle. His rifle still worked. His uniform still neat. He had spent nearly 30 years fighting a war that had already ended. He returned to Japan in 1974, a ghost from the past. Some called him a hero. Others, a symbol of blind loyalty. He later moved to Brazil, then back to Japan to teach survival skills. He died in 2014 at the age of 91. For Onoda, World War II didn't end in 1945. It ended with a handshake, in the jungle, nearly 3 decades later. This is Hidden War Chronicles.